Hi guys, it's Mandy, and is Pokemon Go too casual? Well, I'm gonna give you my thoughts on that, so let's get started. So recently there was an interview with Masuda and he revealed a lot of key points about the Pokemon Let's Go gameplay and how it's gonna play and who it's geared toward. So I'm just gonna go over a few of his quotes that really stuck out to me, that really made the point of what he's trying to go for. So I read the whole interview on Nintendo Everything, and I'll leave a link down below, and I highly urge you guys read the whole interview too because it's not all bad. There's plenty of things to be excited for anyways. And thank you Nintendo Everything for translating the interview so we could read it. I'm gonna look down my phone. I'm sorry for that. I just cannot remember like everything he said. So the question was, so you've already discussed this in a variety of places, but could you tell us about how you developed the concept of the two games? And Masuda said, with the success of Pokemon Go, the Pokemon franchise's impact on people has greatly increase on a global scale. However, despite the fact that Pokemon Go events bring in a lot of trainers, not all of these people experience the rest of the Pokemon series. On the other hand, players who have enjoyed the mainland Pokemon games up until now may not necessarily be playing Pokemon Go. So naturally, the driving force behind the development of Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee was bringing these two groups of people together in some way. And that answer really clarifies how Masuda is aware that casual people like to play Pokemon Go and not necessarily the mainland series, and vice versa, the people who like the mainland Pokemon games might not like Pokemon Go, which is true for me. I really don't like Pokemon Go. So I think he's fully aware of the audience that Pokemon Go players are and the audience that Pokemon players of the mainline series are in. And he's trying to get them to play together. He kind of really says he wants Pokemon Go fans to buy Switches. No, I'm just playing. But he wants Pokemon Go fans to be interested in more of the Pokemon mainline series. And what most people in the Pokemon community are kind of in a tizzy over is the capturing of the actual Pokemon. So the question is, incorporating elements from Pokemon Go is quite groundbreaking. It must have taken a lot of courage to make that kind of decision. And Masuda says, it was a daunting task we took up on ourselves for sure. There was a considerable debate within the team concerning the absence of wild Pokemon battles. Up until this point, I have been steadfast in defending the mechanic as a series director. This time though, I feel like we should try to change things up a bit. Personally, I've always felt that the weakening and capturing mechanic is a bit like fishing. There are people who aren't fans of that kind of strategy though. To that end, as I mentioned before, I wanted to make these games more enjoyable for a wider audience of fans. As such, we simplified the mechanics. Until now, catching Pokemon has been vaguely reminiscent of fishing, whereas I like the new mechanic to catching bugs with a net. I have to wonder if people will enjoy that sort of straightforward mechanic more so than the previous mechanic. So that answer I found really weird because JRPGs are known for their fishing mechanics in nearly everything. Like we have a Final Fantasy fishing simulator. So that part I found kind of ironic and funny. As of now, capturing Pokemon isn't difficult at all, especially when you have an Ultra Ball. The only downside about the capturing mechanic now is that if your Pokemon are over leveled, it might, faint the Pokemon, you won't be able to capture it. So that one I found really weird, that the capturing mechanic is something hard, because it's not. Not really. So that point, I understand why people are somewhat upset about it, because we all knew Pokemon Let's Go was going to be something different and it's going to be more of a casual experience, but to the extent of it we didn't know. So when we got some clarification of how casual it's going to be, yeah, it left a lot of people, including me, kind of disappointed. And the last question I want to go over before I give you my opinions, the question is, changing something so fundamental as the capturing mechanic would be difficult for someone who isn't you, Mr. Masuda, wouldn't it? None of the younger staff could decide something so bold as that, I imagine, and laugh in quotations. I don't get the joke, but And his reply was, there are certainly plenty of other mechanics that will be difficult to change, I'll guess, But if we as developers don't actively confront these kinds of challenges, the series gameplay would become fixed and stale, wouldn't it? So to prevent that staleness, I'll like to keep proposing new ways to play without any reservations. Of course, there will be those that aren't satisfied with the changes, but even so, the driving idea behind these games is that they're for everyone to enjoy. Given the philosophy, I will do my best to make sure that the future games will reflect the feedback we receive, both good and bad. So with that being said, I'm going to give you my overall opinion on the whole situation, and I just think that Masuda just wants to get more players into the Switch and into the mainline series of Pokemon games, and for that to happen, us Pokemon fans and Nintendo fans have to give something up. And I understand where people are coming from, that it's way easy than like easy. It's like easy on top of easy, so let's take it easy. But I understand what people are going for with that. But Pokemon Let's Go still seems like a really enjoyable game. And don't lie, I know you all are excited to play in the Kanto region again. So that's something cool. And again, Pokemon Let's Go wasn't meant to be a normal Pokemon game. And a lot of us knew that, but we didn't know like how casual it was gonna be. But now that we know, we can embrace it for the game it is and wait patiently for our anticipated 2019 mainline series Pokemon game. So that's something to look forward to. I'm personally getting Pokemon Let's Go, but I perfectly understand if some of you want to skip out on it because it's not your cup of tea, and I can see it not being a lot of people's cup of tea. And with that being said, if you like this video, please give me a good like, I would appreciate it. And if you enjoy my content, please consider supporting this channel by subscribing. I would appreciate that too, and thank you. Leave your comments down below. Are you disappointed? Are you excited? Do you not care? Because I did get a lot of insight from my Twitter comments on the subject, and I kind of understand the other side now more than I ever did. So please leave your comments down below. I love hearing from you guys. You can follow me on Twitter at MandyleePlays. I hope you guys have a fantastic day and play a good game.